That is a problem. That is definitely a problem. I put my boundaries so strong. Even the prettiest people in your eyes have insecurities. You're a side character in my own movie. Some way to put myself down. I've always been doing that. Has her own or their own insecurities. Maybe the process can start today. Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit personal. It's a bit deep, and I would really love that y'all again grab your blankets, get your tea, whatever you want, get snacks, and then sit down and watch this video just about life in general. So yeah, let's go on. Where I feel like a lot of us grew up not feeling like the main character for many reasons. And I was actually talking to a friend on call the other day. That process, I mentioned how this is something I've always felt, but I just openly admitted to that. And I said, or for a large part of my life, felt like I watch a movie and I always resonate more with the heroine's friend. Like I never felt like the main character in my own movie. Like it could be my movie and I would be the side character. And as I said that, I realized that that's not just a sad way of looking at things, but it's also the wrong way of looking at things. Like I'm just making myself feel bad. Like I'm telling myself that I could never be the main character. I was never a dominating kid. I was never like outspoken. I was very silent and I had a lot of things to say. I was very talkative to my set of people, but I was also not really confident. Watch a movie and you see the heroine and you don't see even one bit of yourself in her. It would be the main focus. Like everybody wants to be her. I was never that in school. So it made me think that I'm not the main character because I know a lot of us are like this, and I'll hold your hand to say this because I was also like that. The way you get recognized in school as somebody is because of either you're great at studying or like you're good at sports, you're good at like some extracurricular activity, something, or you're just a popular kid because you look really nice. I was not sort of in any of these groups, and I was almost for the most part of my school life until like obviously later on, like 11th, 12th, I was fine. But before that, I don't think I felt visible. I felt invisible in school. For a lot of people, yeah, I had my set of like 2 friends who are still my friends, but studies is Harshini or like sports is Harshini. There was nothing that I was associated to, which was also like more so the reason why I felt very, very invisible. These things led me into thinking and believing that I was just like a side character in my own movie. Now you might think why I'm saying this, being vulnerable, and I was also thinking, why am I even talking about this? Like, why do I have to make a video about this? And I realized it's not just me that probably felt invisible. I bet in the same classroom, there were other kids that felt invisible, or not even in the same classroom, bro. Anybody that went to school, there's a high chance that there was a population of people that were not excelling in one thing and that did not feel very visible or very popular. It takes a lot because a popular kid is popular and they have their own insecurities, but a kid that's not popular or not even close to being known as some has her own or their own insecurities. And somewhere those experiences stayed with me as an adult, and I didn't even realize that these were things that were affecting me till date. One more thing I mentioned to my friend on that call was like I was telling that I started this comedy thing also because I might not be the prettiest to look at, so it's okay for me to do comedy, because if I did beauty or lifestyle, I'd have to be really like good looking. That's also what I told in the call. And I was like, when I said that, I realized that that's such a bad way of treating myself, to tell myself, like constantly remind or like let myself feel like I'm not good enough or like pretty enough, or some way to put myself down. I've always been doing that, like since school. Somewhere I always did that. So I was like, that is so unfair. I never gave the girl in me the chance to be the main character. I never let her be. I just told her, you're not the main character, you are the side role. Stay there, stay in your lane. Your friends are prettier, they are rocking and they're like so cool. You stay in your lane. That's how I made myself feel. And somewhere choosing comedy helped in that. Like I made myself think that. And if you notice this, I'm not just saying this because if you notice in most of my comedy rant reels, I am not dressed up. Like I've not dressed up. Either I've dressed up because I've gone out or like I've gone for work or something like that. But I usually don't dress up. And I told myself that I didn't care, which I did not. I never care that I don't have makeup on in my videos or I look a certain way. It doesn't bother me. But it doesn't come from the place of thinking, oh, it doesn't bother me, I'm just naturally pretty. It doesn't come from there. It makes me think that what will even make me pretty? I can just look like this, no? How does it even matter? Why would I look pretty? That type of a negative idea is where this stems from. Say, I never thought I was ugly, but I never also thought I was like main character pretty. Oh, I would turn like heads, or like I always felt like the people that I'm around, like my friends that are with me, are prettier. But I'm working on it, and I can see that I'm working on it, because when I changed my path in content, I realized I consciously started putting in effort to look pretty for myself. Because I realized I like it when I put like makeup, or I like it when I like put blush, and don't, let alone makeup, bro. I have no foundation. I have literally no makeup on me except lip gloss and blush, and I feel nice. This makes me feel prettier, and if that's the case, then I will do it. I will do anything to make myself feel confident, because nobody else like out there is going to come and tell me that you should feel confident. You know what? You're amazing. Everybody needs to put in their own effort to feel amazing about themselves. And loving yourself is not like a one-day activity just so like you're watching this and I don't want you to think that, but I don't like think I'm pretty. It's nobody innately thinks they're pretty. Okay. Like the very few people that actually think that. Even the prettiest people in your eyes have insecurities. You might be like, oh, this person is like as pretty as Aishwarya Rai, and they'll be like, I'm shit, I'm garbage. So we are all in a way insecure, and we're all human. That's natural. But the process is to work towards loving yourself and not towards neglecting yourself, which is sort of what I was doing in disguise. I don't want other people to know that I felt this way, but I also feel like I want people to know this, like both ways. Because the part of me that says I want people to know this is, if you are watching this and you're in your 20s, early 20s like me, or if you're a teenager or even younger, and you're watching this and this makes you feel like, oh, that's me. I never felt visible in school or college. I don't think I'm the prettiest person in the room. I didn't feel like the main character. I would love for you to watch this and know that it's okay. These things happen. Our mind plays games with us, and somewhere we take validation from other people or like appreciation from other people for our beauty really seriously. And if you've not been told enough times that you're pretty, you will start to believe that you are not. And sometimes it goes the other way. When people are told they're really pretty, sometimes they won't even believe it. So it's definitely not like a one-day realization for me. It was a process. I've been dealing with this for a while, and I've been telling my friends that, you know what, I'll get there. I'll actually start to feel like a certain way about myself. I'll start drawing boundaries. Because to me, a glow up isn't just like being pretty. It's a lot more than that. A glow up is like standing up for yourself, first of all. Because I feel like the other day, I would like to maybe make a different video about this. I stood up to somebody and I felt so good. Like I've never felt that good. I put my boundaries so strong. I don't know what part of me like got awakened. I was so triggered by what that person said, and I was like, you know what? You don't talk to me like that. I didn't say it in the same tone, but I made sure I was really like firm with what I'm saying. These things are what make me feel like I'm blowing up for myself. If you haven't watched this, I'll explain a scene from Modern Family. This is something I keep going back to because it makes me realize that everybody is struggling and it's not easy for anyone else, and you don't have to victimize yourself in situations. There is a scene in Modern Family where two women, Claire and Gloria. Gloria is a very conventionally attractive woman. Claire is also a very attractive woman, but not very conventionally attractive like Gloria, especially for the male gaze. Like that's how her character is. So Claire feels insecure when Gloria is around, and they both have a conversation about beauty and about how their insecurities are colliding. And Claire says that anywhere, I can't quote Claire, but she basically expresses how she feels like her spotlight is gone once Gloria comes in, because everybody's behind Gloria because she's so pretty, she's so beautiful to look at that they stop looking at Claire. So she feels like the energy is being replaced and it's being taken towards Gloria. And to that, when Claire says all that, I'm like, I get that. I get Claire. I feel like I might be Claire in that situation. Not everywhere. I get what Claire is saying. But then the response to that from Gloria's side is she says, my beauty overtakes me so much that people always see me as a threat and can never make a real connection with me. In the sense that I'm like making the dialogues like way smaller than what it is. She says a long thing. But she basically says this, that the other moms, these two are moms of like kids, and she's like, the other moms are threatened by me. They would think that I'm this attractive that I would steal their husbands. That's what is running in their mind. And I'm not that person. I'm not looking to do that at all. Because I'm conventionally attractive, people think of me like this. People only look at my beauty. And I was like, wait, that is a problem. That is definitely a problem. And when she said that, it really hit me because I've never been on that spectrum. Like I've never thought of it like that. I've never thought that somebody who gets a lot of attention because of how they look or how beautiful they are. There are side effects to being that also. There are side effects to being anybody, and it's not easy for anyone. You just think that there are, like, you know how they say the grass is greener on the other side. That's always how I thought. Like, whenever I was around people that were prettier, in my head they were prettier. Now I would never say that someone's prettier than me. I would like to believe that I am pretty in my own way, and they are also very pretty. I don't want to say prettier because that's such a demeaning way of looking at it. Like, respecting myself constantly, trying to come to a point where I change my vocabulary and the way I speak about myself. I'm not going to be constantly putting myself down to make other people feel comfortable. Be comfortable. I would say that I'm comfortable, but I would do it for a different reason. I was just so convinced that I wouldn't. It's almost like I was convincing myself, saying that if I did makeup or if I look nice with like eyeliner and lipstick and all that stuff, then I'm faking it. Like, I'm making myself look pretty. Like, I would complicate things so much in my head. Until recently, I kept doing that, and now I actually don't care what people think. And genuinely I say that because now if eyeliner, lipstick, lip gloss, any freaking thing I put on my face, if it makes me feel better, I'm gonna do it. Like, it's so stupid for me to always consider everybody else's opinion or everybody else's like mind voice instead of even thinking about me. I put myself down so much, and I bet a lot of us do this. And if you're watching this and you feel like you've done this is your sign to work on this. Like, I'm not saying you'll watch this video and immediately it's a switch that you need to turn off and you'll feel like you're a badass tomorrow. It doesn't work like that, but it's a process, and maybe the process can start today. I'll be really honest, I see a shift in my energy and the way I look at myself from when I look down on myself to now. Like, when I dress up now, I feel like taking photos. I feel like looking at myself in the mirror. Don't dress up because you will get another person's attention or like an appreciation from someone. I know that those things can motivate you. I get that, but sometimes you won't get that motivation or you won't get that recognition. You might dress up really well and probably nobody will tell you look great. Like, I've had that happen to me. Like, I've had that happen when I go out with other people and they get complimented and I'm just like, because I expected that in my brain. They're probably not even expecting that. They're just like dressing up for themselves, and I've had that happen to me multiple times. So I was like, wait, why are they not telling me? Until recently, now when I get a compliment, I'm like, oh, thank you. And when I don't get a compliment, I'm not looking for it. I'm content with myself. And when I say these things, it sounds like, oh, I would want to be there. I'm also not there yet, guys. I'm working towards it. This is a constant battle. After that, things are just going to work out for you, and trust me on this because I've been there. I've been the invisible kid. I still feel like I'm like somewhat the invisible kid, but I'll heal it. It'll just be a memory later on. In my opinion, the guide to becoming the main character is to at least start respecting yourself and start loving yourself. And grooming yourself isn't wrong. Like, making yourself look nice is not wrong, because I've felt like that. I felt like I'm fooling people by grooming myself. That's not me. So like, I was very, very critical with myself, that I was like, if somebody complimented me when I'm with makeup, they obviously think the makeup is good, not me. That's how critical I was about myself. To start to love yourself, like, it's loving yourself is a very big process. There are so many details. You've lived a life, you've been through hurt, you've been made fun of or rejected or like put down or whatever. Everybody has their own story, right? For me, I was not made fun of. I was just invisible. I like, nobody even like knew that I was there. But for everybody, it's a different story, and it does take a lot of time for you to heal from those things, and it's okay. You can't heal from it in a like jiffy, but I want you to be okay with the idea of healing from it, and I want you to be okay with the idea of loving yourself. You know, we're all in this together. I'm also not an expert. I'm just talking from the experience that I've had till now. I have a long way to go in terms of loving myself, setting boundaries, or like treating myself nicely. I'm still a bit, like, not a bit, very, very harsh to myself and really critical about myself, but it's a process. It'll get better, and I know it will, not just for me, for you too. And if you're watching this and you feel like you resonate with this, I really want to give you a hug. I don't want you to feel bad about the way you look or because somebody called you ugly or some shit like that, bro. A lot of people are genuinely idiots and they don't have brains, and they say things that affect you for life. And that's unfortunate, but I know you're strong enough to heal yourself from it, and I know you will get over it, and I know you'll shine, because I could do it. That can even happen to you. It will definitely happen to you. Yeah, you can comment and let me know. I would love to read your comments. Anything that you want to comment about, any particular incident or anything that you are working on, I would love to know, because this is a community for that. This is a community to create that sisterhood, and I want you to feel like this is a safe space. I want to create that safe space for you, and I would love that. On that note, I actually want to name the community something. So please give me some ideas to like name the community. Give me some nice girly pop names, like something cute and something nice, something really warm. So please comment your ideas for the community. I would love that. And thank you for watching this video. I would love it if you subscribe to this channel, only if you feel like you would be a part of this community, and share it to any of your friends that you want to like include in our circle, in our little bubble that we have, little or big or whatever. I would love to have these kind of conversations with you guys. And yeah, so if you like this video, like it and share it with your friends. As I said, I post a video every Friday, so I'll see you next Friday. Bye. So for any of you that's watching, virtual hug, because I cannot like actually meet you. But yeah, virtual hug also because I'm not a hugger. I barely hug people.